everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So I'm here with a little bit of a different video today. I've been watching recently or seeing recently the video, I think it was started by that Taylor, I think that's how you say her name, but it's her going through her oldest Sephora online purchases, and I thought it would be a fun video to do, kind of a look back down like memory lane, looking at old makeup purchases. It kind of reminds me, I did a video, it was a few years ago I think, where I did my like makeup inventory based on the year that I purchased stuff, just so I could kind of see how my like taste have changed over time, or my purchasing habits have changed over time. So I'll also link that video down below. I'll link that Taylor's, her original video as well. But yeah, I thought I'd go into my Sephora account, look at my purchases, and kind of look through like what was my first online purchase, and yeah, kind of go through some of them. So to start off with, I didn't start by purchasing Sephora stuff online. I actually went into store, which I think for a lot of people is how you start like purchasing stuff, especially like back a few years ago. Online purchasing wasn't as popular as it is now. I think people had to get more comfortable with it, but now like everything's online. But definitely my first Sephora purchases were in store. I don't have like evidence of what my first purchases were, but I'm mainly going to be talking about online purchases. So I became a beauty insider in August 2009. I do remember I was there, it was like for my birthday, I was at Sephora with my friends, and I was like trying to pick out a perfume that I was going to be like getting as a gift, and then making that purchase, they had like asked me, or maybe I got like a gift card or something. I was trying to use my gift card, but I was making the purchase, and they were asking like, oh, do you want to become a beauty insider? And I was like, oh, okay. So I like purchased stuff before, but like no one had asked me if I wanted to be a beauty insider. So that's when I first became a beauty insider. The first Sephora birthday gift I got, it was like a Sephora collection, like vanilla cupcake. It was like a glittery like bubble bath type of product. They've definitely gotten better with their birthday gifts over the years, but that was my first Sephora birthday gift. It was like a really small little glittery bubble bath. But anyways, that's when I first became beauty insider, but it didn't make my first purchase until August 13th, 2010. Now, I went onto the Sephora website and looked at my purchases, and I scrolled down to the bottom, and it's kind of sad because they're not all complete. So for my August 13th, 2010 purchase from Sephora, .com, it only shows that I got a free sample, which I know I would have had to buy something, but it's not actually showing me what I bought. But by doing a little bit of investigation, I am fairly certain what I purchased was none other than the original Naked palette. So this palette was released August 1st, 2010. And I believe I purchased it August 13th, 2010. So my birthday is in August, so it makes sense I would have made a purchase for my birthday. And I remember I really, really wanted this palette. I was always really intrigued by Urban Decay. I had purchased some Urban Decay singles prior to buying this palette. And I remember looking at their palettes. They used to be very colorful. Like, I wanted their palettes, but I didn't think I'd actually use them. I wanted something much more neutral. And I think that they had, sent this to some beauty influencers like before it was released, or maybe right when it was released. So I like remember watching videos on this and just really wanting it. So I believe this is my first Sephora purchase, and I do remember that I got this pretty soon after it was released. So pretty sure this was what it was. This is what my palette looks like currently. It's definitely, I loved it. I used up a lot of the shades. I used up Virgin, Sin, Naked, Sidecar, and Toasted. And then the Smog color I currently have in my Naked 2 palette. But This was just definitely my first like high-end eyeshadow palette. I loved it. I still love this palette. I don't think I can get rid of it because it's like so sentimental to me, but I do believe that was my first Sephora online purchase. So that was in August, and then one short month later I made another purchase. This was on September 9th, 2010. And I purchased 4 things. So I purchased 2 things from Stila. That was also a brand I used to really love. I think Stila was like really popular sort of back then, and then I kind of think it fell off, but now it's getting more popular, like with the glitter and glows. They're kind of having like a resurgence of popularity. But what I purchased was the Stila One Step Makeup Foundation, and I also purchased a primer, the Stila One Step correcting primer, and that's like a color correcting primer. I don't think they sell the foundation anymore, but they do still sell the primer. It's one of those that has like the blue and green and pink like swirls throughout it. So I don't know about the primer. I do think the foundation was really thick. I don't think it was my favorite. That's something I think I remember with that one. It was like super thick foundation. So I'm not really sure why I purchased those products. I don't know if someone had like recommended them watching YouTube videos. I was watching YouTube videos like back then. But yeah, I'm not really sure what got me to purchase those items. And then the 2 other things I bought were both from Philosophy. So Philosophy was also, feels like really popular at that sort of time, like 2010 type of time. But I bought 2 kind of really popular products. The Purity Made Simple Cleanser, which, I don't know, that was my first like foray into like more expensive like skincare. So I bought that cleanser because I'm like, oh, I need like a really good cleanser. And I also bought the Micro Delivery Exfoliating Wash, which I think was my first like exfoliating sort of like product. So I bought those 2 together. That was in 2010. Then in November, so this was before I was a VIB. I think I became a VIB based on looking through orders. I believe I became a VIB not until 2012. So it did take me a few years to get up to that like level. So at this point I was just Beauty Insider. So I wasn't able to really participate in the sales. I do think back then you had to be a VIB to be able to participate in the sales. Whereas now I think they let Beauty Insiders, you get like maybe 10% off or something, I think. But yeah, I wasn't really purchasing based on the sales. I was just sort of buying stuff maybe like as I kind of was needing things, like if I ran out of a primer, foundation, or something like that, I was purchasing. But my next purchase, it was November 2010. And I purchased 2 Benefit items. So Benefit was also a brand I used to really like. I still like Benefit. I don't purchase from them as much. That was one of my kind of standby, like I would always look at the Benefit stuff, buy stuff from Benefit. It's one of my sort of go-to brands back in the day. But I purchased 2 things this order. I bought the Benefit Hello Flawless Powder Foundation, which I don't think I understood what a powder foundation was. I kind of just wanted a powder, like a setting powder, because I remember thinking that one was like really heavy, but of course it is if it's a powder foundation. So I did buy that one, and then I bought a mascara. I used to really like the Benefit mascaras. I still do. I just don't really purchase them in full size. If I can get like a sample of one, I'll use it, but I'm not really buying like full size, like high-end mascaras anymore. But I purchased the Bad Gal Lash Mascara, which I remember that I really liked at the time. So those were my 2 purchases back in November. It was November 27th, 2010. So those were all of my purchases for 2010. And then 2011, I really didn't buy anything until December. So 2011 is when I moved from my first job out of college. I lived in Sacramento. I had that job for a few years, and then I got my current job, which is in the Bay Area of like San Francisco Bay Area. And I remember like my rent was a lot more expensive, and I was pretty much making like the same amount of money. So like my income was the same, but my expenses were a lot higher. So at that point I needed to stop with like all the spending. I just like really needed to be on a much stricter budget. So it definitely reflected in my Sephora orders. I wasn't ordering anything that year. I did in December, it was December 13th, I did make another purchase. I got 2 more Benefit items. I got the Benefit Get Even powder. This was more like a setting powder versus that other, the Get, what was the other one called? The Hello Flawless Powder Foundation. This one is the powder. They don't sell it anymore. I remember I used to really like that powder. I think they've since discontinued it, but I did go through a few of like containers of that. I did really like that powder. And then I also got the Benefit, the They're Real mascara. So I think that's around when that mascara would have came out. I did really love the mascara. I did like the end of it too. It has like a pointy sort of end. I don't know. I did really like that mascara, and again with the Benefit products. And then my last purchase in 2011 was, actually there's a story with this one. So I wasn't trying to purchase a lot of stuff, so I made that one purchase with a setting powder, mascara. It was like not a lot that I was buying that year from Sephora. But at work, our managers kind of came together to give us, like, all the employees, like, a gift. And that year they gave us, it was like a Safeway gift card. Because I'm thinking they were like, well, you can kind of buy what you want, or if you want to buy something for the holidays, or like, you can kind of pick out what you want. But I saw that and I thought, ooh, you know what Safeway has? They have gift cards. So I actually used that gift card to get a Sephora gift card, and I used my Sephora gift card then to purchase this palette, my Naked 2 palette from Urban Decay. So I really love the Naked one, and then of course I needed to get the Naked 2, which I love this palette. It's just like super cool toned. I don't know. I was so into like the Naked palettes. So yeah, I did get that one. Anyway, so that was 2011. I made that order December 28th, 2011. Then I didn't purchase anything for a while. I did make a purchase. It was August 13th, 2012. So again, my birthday's in August, so I would always make an order for like my birthday to get the birthday gift. I do remember in 2011 though, I didn't make a birthday order, but I actually went into the store and I just like didn't buy anything, and I was just like, can I have my birthday gift? Like, anyway, I do remember doing that though, because I needed to get my birthday gift. But anyway, 2013 though, I did make an order. So I purchased, I feel like on the website that they're not showing all of the products. Maybe if something, well, some stuff they still list even if it's not available, but some things aren't listed. So maybe if something hasn't been available for like years and years, or maybe in the packaging, because I remember they didn't list the Naked palette, but I remember the version I got, I think now if you order it, you get the double-sided brush, but back when I purchased it, it was like a double-sided eyeliner, so they don't have the version of the Naked palette that I purchased, so it looks like they don't like list it on the site. So I'm thinking if it's very discontinued, or if they changed something about it, they don't have it on the site. But if it's been discontinued within the past few years, maybe they have it listed. I'm not quite sure. But I think some of my orders aren't complete. But what it has listed that I purchased, this was August 13th, 2012, is the Soap & Glory Hand Food Hand Cream, which definitely was like a YouTube maybe buy sort of thing. I remember a lot of people talking about that hand cream and how good it smelled, and it was a really nice like formula, so I purchased that. And then I purchased from NARS the Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This is not the same tube of it. I've used this up and repurchased it multiple times, but that sort of got me onto that product, or using that product, which is still like a staple in my makeup collection. And with that, I remember it was a recommendation from Ingrid Nielsen or Miss Glamorazzi back in the day. I used to really love or like watch her videos all the time. I don't as much anymore, but I remember she has oily skin, and she said that this eyeshadow primer was really good if you had like oily eyelids, which I have. So that got me onto using that product. So some YouTube made me buy it sort of purchases back in 2012. So that was August 2012. And then I also made a purchase. It was September 30th, 2012. And it looks like from this purchase, I remember it took me a while to realize that there were promo codes. And then I figured out, oh, there's like this whole page of promo codes that you can choose from. Like I didn't know that when I was making my first few orders for a while. So it looks like this order, I did figure out the promo code thing. I did get like a Lancome moisturizing like deluxe sample. And then in this order, I actually bought some skincare items. So it's kind of getting more into skincare, like higher end type skincare. So what I purchased was the Origin Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream, which is the salmon color one that sort of like brightens your under eyes. So I got that. And I also got from Korres the Pomegranate Balancing Cream Gel Moisturizer, which I went through a few containers of that as well. I really did like that moisturizer. I really like now it's the Belief Aqua Bomb, but I really like that sort of gel cream formula, especially for like a day cream. So anyway, that's what I purchased back. That was September 30th, 2012. Then October 20th, I made another purchase. So I was like buying stuff like every month. I don't know what's going on. But I bought some more skincare at this purchase. I got the Bliss, that's Incredipeel Spa Strength Glycolic Resurfacing Pads. So what these were there were pads of for like glycolic acid that you would just like apply in your skin. I remember with these, it was really expensive. So I would like, the one pad was like folded over, so I'd like cut it in half and like save half of the pad in like a Ziploc so that I could like use it for longer. But yeah, that was my first kind of glycolic AHA sort of product, which I bought back in 2012. Okay, so then I made a purchase on November 2nd, 2012. And with this order, I'm not getting the complete order. All it's showing that I purchased was a L'Occitane mini hand cream for $12. So I'm not sure if I paid for shipping or what else I might have ordered during that purchase. But it does show that I redeemed another promo code. And in November, they would always do, or they still do, like the little like sample bags that have like a few deluxe samples that are like the best like promo codes you can get. But it shows it came with like a Lancome eye makeup remover, a Murad cleanser, a NARS lip pencil, a little Lancome mascara, looks like a Makeup Forever, their translucent powder, a Sephora, it looks like a primer and some perfume samples. So I definitely probably made that purchase, I definitely made that purchase because I was like, ooh, I want to get like a really good promo code. So that was November 2nd. Then on November 9th, and it looks like this is around the time when I would have became a VIB. I wasn't a VIB, like based on my purchases, it looks like it wasn't a VIB until this 2012 where I was making purchases like every other week. But anyway, what I purchased, it was November 9th. This would have been for the Sephora VIB sale, and maybe I was making purchases prior to that to try to like qualify to be a VIB for the sale. Probably something I would do. But anyway, I purchased the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Doll Face. That was definitely YouTube made me buy it. I remember those blushes were really popular and that people would always recommend Doll Face. It was like a cool tone pink type of shade. If you were like, had light fair skin, that you should get Doll Face. So I had that blush. I actually decluttered that last year because it was starting to go moldy, But yeah, that's when I got that. And then I also got a foundation with that order. This was another YouTube made me buy it product. It was the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation, which I think was really popular back in the day. I had the Sheer Glow, and I think they had another one. It was like Matte Glow, which I think that one was like super heavy. But the Sheer Glow, I think I liked a lot more. But that was definitely something popular, like back in 2012 time period. Then it looks like I made another purchase on November 28th. Except this one, I don't know what I actually bought because I only see sample items, and then a promo code, which was for a mystery sample bag. So probably I got that promo code of like deluxe size samples, and then there was another promo code for some mystery sample bag, and I'm like, oh, I had to make another order to get this. I do remember that mystery sample bag, that it was mainly like foil packets, like it really wasn't that good. So I kind of learned from that, like if you can see what you're getting, go for that versus a mystery, because the mystery is probably going to be like disappointing. If they're not showing you what you're going to get, it's probably not that great. Or if it depends on like luck, you might end up with some not great stuff. But anyway, I remember just being disappointed with that one. But I don't know what I actually bought. So that's all for 2012. And then I'll go over 2013 for the last year of looking at orders. So I didn't really buy anything until my birthday. So that kind of like, I need to make my birthday order. And this birthday order, I bought quite a bit of stuff. And some of the stuff I do still have. So this order I made August 16th, 2013. So this is when I purchased my famous, from my Project 10 pans, my Josie Maran Coconut Water Cheek Gelée in Poppy Paradise. This is something I've tried to use up, I feel like, since last year. But anyway, I'm showing you what it looks like. But I did purchase this at that point. I remember being really like fascinated by these products, and I really wanted one. So I purchased that. I also purchased the Makeup Forever Full Coverage Concealer. That's something I also used up from a Project Pan. I did really like that concealer. I would definitely consider repurchasing at some point, but that's when I purchased that. Something else from my Project 10 pan that I purchased at this order was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Duality Pencil. It's the one side is a matte and then a shimmer. So that was my first Anastasia Beverly Hills purchase. Exciting. I got some Boscia blotting linens. I really like the Boscia blotting linens, and it's something that I usually like have on hand or I keep at work. So that looks like that started that thing off. I did repurchase another one of the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. Looks like I bought the first one for my birthday in August 2012. And then repurchased August 2013. Again, not this tube, but I did purchase that item at that point. And then I also got a fresh sugar lip scrub, which is something else I used up. That was in projects. Maybe a few years ago I was trying to use that one up. But anyway, that was 2013, August 16th. And then, okay. So this would happen too. I'd make an order, and like the next day I'd get an email from Sephora saying, you know, if you purchase, you know, we have this promo going on now, or like make a purchase and get this. So it was the next day, it was the 17th, and it looks like they had a promo. It was like a VIB celebration bag with 9 samples, and it looks pretty good. So they had the Stila, what were their lip glosses, like their click lip glosses that you used to like twist up and then the product would come out. I got one of those. Those were like really popular like back in the day. So I got one of those. It looks like it has a First Aid Beauty cleanser, Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer, a little L'Occitane hand cream sample, a Sephora collection moisturizer, a little Buxom lip gloss sample, Benefit Professional, which was really popular back then, and then a little Sephora collection eyeshadow. So it was like this like really great like little sample bag. I mean, I still think that's pretty good, like a good mix of like makeup and some skincare products. But with this order, I'm not sure if I would have paid shipping because I don't have enough I didn't order enough to have free shipping. I'm not sure what's missing or if I would have paid for shipping. I feel like I wouldn't pay for shipping, but anyway. But what I ordered to get that sample bag, and that's how it worked. I mean, I would be like, I want the sample, so what am I going to order? But I got the Urban Decay eyeshadow single in Virgin, which is a shade from the Naked palette, which I used quite a bit of, so it was like a repurchase of that shade. And then I also got another Boscia blotting linens, which makes me think I probably purchased something else, and then I purchased the Boscia blotting linens to get up to free shipping. But yeah, I got another pack of those, which I feel like those are always good things to throw in orders because they're not going to go bad, so you can kind of have a stockpile of them, and if you're eventually going to use them, it's okay. I mean, anyway. Then I made a purchase, it looks like October 14th, 2013, and I repurchased the Korres, the Pomegranate Balancing Cream Gel Moisturizer, which is something I purchased the year before. So I was kind of getting to the point now that I was like using things up, repurchasing stuff. So that's the October order, and that was probably like I needed to purchase something because I ran out of a product, so I really couldn't wait for the sale. Because then it was October 8th, 2013, and this would have been with the VIB sale what I purchased. So I got the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel, the clear brow gel, the one that's like super strong hold. I used to use that one. I use different things now because I felt like it had a really strong hold, but sometimes it would look a little like crusty sort of looking. So anyway, I used to use that one. But yeah, purchased that, and then I repurchased the Bliss That's Incredible Peel Spa Strength Glycolic Resurfacing Pads. So I repurchased those. Looks like they used to, for the Sephora sales, like the November ones, if you made a purchase, you'd get like a tote. It was like one of those reusable tote type things. But now they don't do that anymore, which is kind of sad because, I mean, I'll take whatever free thing you're going to give me. But it looks like I also purchased something for my dad. It was the Anthony Perfect Shave Kit, which I'm not sure if it would have been for like his birthday because that's in November, or a Christmas gift, but it had like a bunch of sample or like deluxe sizes of the Anthony Shave products. So I bought that. Then let's see, then I made an order on December 6th, 2013. So this would have been most likely Sephora. They send out in December their like little gift card kind of thank you for like VIB Rouge. No, I'm not sure I think Beauty Insider get them as well. But I purchased 2 items. So that is always like you have to spend $50, but you get it's like $20 or $25 little gift card. So I bought 2 more practical items. I got the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Press Powder. So the Benefit one I liked, the Get Even, had been discontinued. I'm not sure exactly when that was discontinued, but I remember I was trying out like other powders, like pressed powders, trying to find something I liked. So I bought that Too Faced powder. Is that my first Too Faced purchase? No. I remember a Too Faced palette. I'm not sure. I think I got it at Sephora. This was years before any of this Beauty Insider Sephora purchase online. I had a Too Faced palette. They did a collection of palettes, and it was a bunch of palettes that looked like old 50s. Was it the 50s? I'm not sure what decade it was supposed to be from, but like romance novels from back in like the 50s era. Anyway, that was my first Too Faced item. But anyway, then I bought the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Press Powder, and then I purchased for the first time, it looks like, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, which not the same tube. This is another item that I currently have in my collection that I've used up and repurchased multiple times. So that looks like when I first bought that concealer. So that was my December 6th purchase, and think, yeah, that is it. So I'll stop there with my 2013 purchases. But yeah, those are my first Sephora online purchases. As I said, I was buying stuff in store, but I don't really have as much like evidence for those purchases because those would have been like pre-2010 purchases, because they did have my in-store purchases listed as well, but I was specifically going through my online purchases for this video. Most of the time I would order online. I would go in store mainly to like swatch out products, look at products, but I knew it was better to buy online because then I could like get redeemed for the promo code. So anyway, I think that covers it pretty well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was fun to kind of look down, you know, makeup past and memories with makeup products. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.